Thanks for joining us this morning, and thanks for thinking that this is important. Is anybody, who's heard of Christian nationalism? Most people, okay. So, I think it's a little hard to define. I broke up, our video this morning is from Tracy Blackman, who is the former executive minister for Witness and Justice in the United Church of Christ, which, you know, there's two kind of very top heads in the UCC, and she's kind of just below the other one. And of course, Justice and Witness is my jam, so I was always enamored with her. And this is a talk she gave last year, but it was really heavy on, hard to listen to, so I'm breaking it up. And so we'll do two sessions. This session, we'll talk about definitions. I got a couple other people who also had a different definition for Christian nationalism to help us kind of have rich dialogue about what it is and how it impacts us. And then we'll have another 20 minutes of Tracy Blackman next week. Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's see if I can.
You're looking at me like you have a question, Chuck. Okay. Will you be with me in a spirit of prayer? God, we come together here as your people concerned for our world, and we hope that you speak to us this morning and in this moment we're in with how we can best articulate what you'd like for us to be in this world and best protect those that you would love to protect. Amen.
Your times.
Yeah, they are. I really think they are. So this is just, I mean, this is a lot, of course, and we're gonna continue the same thing next week. All right. So we've got a few minutes. Anybody, well, I know we're all feeling a lot here. Anything you'd like to say before we get into church?
The age of mind control.
Mind control. Propaganda has to be part of it, I guess, huh?
I didn't hear you.
Propaganda
Yeah,
has to be, you know, part of this.
my sister had two dresses. They both looked like monks' dresses. They had little buttons all the way down to the floor. And of course, my sister was a terribly confused person. But when she arrived for her last visit, her suitcase had those two dresses and a few other things. They all look like pioneer women. They all are you know, this,
Oh, yes.
yeah. And they were filthy.
Ooh.
And one of the buttons, or a couple of the buttons were missing. And I had to wash them all and hang them up in the bathroom. And then we had a fight and she left and she pulled all the clothes off the shower. And all I saw were the hangers. That's the last I saw of her. But that's how far it went.
I mean, was she part of this Christian?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So you think that this white Christian nationalism is really more of a racial thing? I haven't really quite thought of it like that.
Well, his point is, it has to be, because thinking of this country as something so special, there's no country like us, God is behind us, thus he's against our enemies. We're God's people. And what we do, we're carrying the flag and the cross wherever we go. And that's been used before, those symbols to rally a group against minority organizations, minority peoples.
Yeah,
It's,
okay, but I would include more like kind of all minorities, and I wouldn't be focusing, but I would think it'd be focusing on, rather than African American, like illegal immigrants, or I would think it would be focusing on others, because to me, but it seems like African Americans have come a long way, they still have a long way to go. But aren't they in a better place now than they have been? And they're still making progress. I mean, we do see the Ferguson things and the thing up in Minneapolis.
But I would say they don't have anywhere to go. we, white people, have a long way to go.
Well, that's true too,
We are the
yes,
ones
yeah,
that
we
need
have
to
a long way to go, yes.
So they,
But the omission of all the diversity business and the
Yeah, no,
government.
no, I know, the DEI being cut, that's, yeah.
But I mean, I think it's white male. I mean, at this point in time, I think that's a white male. Vision.
Well, sure, because they're afraid of, the truth and they're just gonna,
I mean, women are not part, the women are diminished in this whole thing.
And what percent of white males do you think it appeals to in this country?
I don't know.
But what would you say, huh? A lot of them, over half of them?
A lot of young men are moving in this direction too, I think. I don't know, I don't have any idea of the specifics, but this is what I read.
Mhm.
I think what Connie said is the most incredible thing.
what the,
It is.
The white, it's, we, the white people who have a long way
Right,
to go.
I think that's a nice.
Of course.
That's an
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah, we do.
amazing comment.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it though.
People are what the country is looking at is
Yeah.
that the white dominance is becoming less and less predominant.
Yeah,
And
fearful thing.
in a few generations, most of the people in the United States will not be white. And I think that's what's promoting a lot of this, is the fear of that we're no longer going to be in control.
yeah,
And particularly, and men, I think men have been struggling for a long time about their own identity, and I think this is a back to women's power. And I think that's a backlash too to this.
Mhm.
So put all those people down and we'll maintain
True.
control, we'll maintain
are
power.
we ready to go to church?